Evening, people, evening. Oh, what's going on down here? Oh, I'm getting tangled up in cables. Hold on. Yeah, that'll do. Just get me a little bit closer. Right. Tonight, back with the Multiclass League from the P1 boys. So GR1s and GR3s on track both at the same time. We've got Pro and Pro-Ams on track as well. Obviously driving the GR1s for the Pros and the GR3s for the Ams. It's a 10-minute qualifier followed by a 50-minute race, and we are live for that 50-minute race from Red Bull Ring. A bit of a tricky circuit, gets tight in places, but we'll see how they get on tonight. Weather might be a little bit tricky as well. I'm hearing it could be rain on the cards. We'll see. It looks a little bit misty out on track right now. Qualifying just started. So let's have a look at some points. Right, leading the way in the Pro category in the GR1s is Mocking Weeks with 118 points. The boys have got some work to do to catch up with him only this week or tonight and next week to try and make any kind of headway and take that position off him. But it's going to be a hard push, as I say. It's a big old gap there. 118 points up front then for him. Apache in second with 87 points. We've got Manny third with 82 points. Pilgrim fourth with 81 points. Dylan fifth with 80 points. We've got Obi in sixth with 64 points. And Skippy in seventh with 58 points. Leave him alone this week, boys. Leave him alone. Poor Skippy. For the Ams then, leading the way is Ice Chand, not too far out front, still plenty to play for in the Ams category. So Ice Chand leading the way with 102 points. We've got DMK Dazzler second with 98 points. P1 Tire Slayer third with 88 points. Captain Pugwash in fourth with 80 points. Campo in fifth with 73 points. Got Wrecking Ball Racing appropriately sixth with 69 points, and Nick Vick in seventh with 60 points. And that they are in teams, so a Pro and an Am in each team. The Twonks, which is Mocking and Wrecking, they are leading the way at the minute with 187 points, only 2 points ahead of the Mungeteers in second. They're on 185 points. That's Apache and Dazzler. I've got Dead Bull Racing, that's Pilgrim and Tire Slayer, 169 points in third. I've got Pilgrim Designs, which is Skippy and Ice Chand with 160 points in fourth. We've got Pikey Pasties in fifth with Manny Aff and Campo with 155 points. We've got Sith Happens in sixth with Obi-Wan and Pugwash. They've got 144 points. And Team Dark Smoker, unfortunately, sitting at the back of the pack with 140 points. Dylan and Nick in there. So that is points up until tonight. Merch still available, people. T-shirts and stickers. Hit me up, .smoker@googleware.com. Not got many T-shirts left, but plenty of stickers. Evening. How are we all doing? Right, let me turn some sound on before I forget. Okay, who have we got in the room then? We have got a Pilgrim and Obi, a Dylan, Manny, Nick, Mocking. Mock him for weeks. Mock him for weeks. If you saw Thursday's stream, you'll know why. Tire Slayer, I've got Campo, Dazzler, Captain Pugwash, Ricky J and Dylan. So 12 drivers out on track. Let's go and have a look at this qualifying session then. Let's put the nonsense on now. So the upside down Dead Bull livery for Pilgrim. So we have got hot laps coming in at the minute. It is Pilgrim leading the way with a 1:19.2. Everybody out on track as well. So that's the GR1s, that's what the pros will be running. And this, well, not specifically that. These are what the AMs are running in the GT86 GR3 class. So less aero, less power, a little bit glitchy. That's what the AMs are racing in. Again, a pro and an AM, apart from Ricky J, who's decided to go for the Supra. What's his livery saying this week? Full send, bump me if you have no skill. Okay. Warning all over the place. Stay away from Ricky J then, by the looks of it tonight. Okay, let's have a look at these times. Mocking Weeks then has just put in a lap. He's now taken pole, but I can't see it at the minute. Let's scan, it's a 1:18.4 he's put in. It says just above my head. So Mocking leading. It is only a 10-minute qualifying session, halfway through that now. Manny has chucked himself into second position as well in the GR1s, pushes Pilgrim down to third. Obi in fourth, Dylan fifth, and then Ice Chand. We only got 5 drivers in the GR1s. Yeah, I think so. So 1:18.4 for Mocking then, it's a 1:19.0 for Manny in second. Pilgrim is a 1:19.2. Obi is a 1:20.2 for his fastest. Currently Dylan is a 1:24.5, but he finds himself with a penalty on that lap. And in the GR1s it is Ice Chand leading the way in that class with a 1:29.9 on the clock. He goes quicker, it's a 1:29.7. Slayer throwing himself in the pits, but he's second in the GR3s currently. Dazzler third, Nick Vick in fourth, Captain Pugwash in fifth, Ricky J sixth, and Campo seventh in the GR3s. Dazzler finding himself with a penalty there as well. So 6.5 minutes in, still Mocking up front. Mock him for weeks. So if you don't know what happened Thursday, the reason I'm calling him Mock him for weeks is because he was second in the race and came up to the line literally at 9 minutes 59. There were 3 10-minute sprint races. He came up to the line at 9:59 and 59 blimps of a hundredths of a second, or 99 hundredths of a second. Thought he'd finished the race and ripped the handbrake. Unfortunately, he handbraked across the line, still with a lap to go. So he was going backwards while people were trying to get past him, Ice Chan being one of those, but Ice Chan being far too gentlemanly for my liking, giving the position back. It's a genuine mistake from Mock him from Weeks, so I'd have had that position off him, Mr. Chan, but you know. Dylan, he does like a penalty. He's found himself with 6 seconds at one of the races. Him and Obi actually getting big penalties in that particular race. I think that was the Corollas, wasn't it? Yeah, there he is, Ice Chand, the far too gentlemanly gentleman. Snatched that place like there was no tomorrow, Mr. Chand. Just going to send it smashed on Tyre Slayer's car. Let's hope that doesn't happen into turn 1. So, who have we got? Let's find you, Mr. Obi. So we'll do a lap with Obi start finish straight into turn 1 up the hill. Big curbs at this particular circuit. Those yellow ones can catch you out. Towards turn 2, great big sharp up the hill, off camber, right hander. Big lump of tarmac just on the apex there, just to try and lift those wheels off the ground and lose you traction. Bit of a stomp then down towards turn 3. It's a very similar corner, but running down the hill this time. I don't want to run it out wide at this one specifically. Great big gravel trap there to catch you out. Sweep through this right hander down into this left. Again, just have to watch the exit on this. Push it out wide to the curbing. Try not to go too far, and then peel it back into the left here, straight into the right. Again, that gravel trap just itching there to grab a wheel. Penultimate corner. Run wide there as well. Looks like it's nice and safe to do so, but I think it's penalty central through there. Around that final corner then, which again is easily, it can catch you out. Just a bit of a kink on the way down there. So not a lot to this track, but it can catch a lot of drivers out. And that is going to be it. We are into that final lap for everybody in qualifying. Mocking Weeks currently on pole. Has that everyone finished? Watkins on top spot at the minute, unless anybody else is still out on track. Obi second, Manny in third, Pilgrim fourth. Dylan has finished, so that is grid order for GR1s. There's Chand still thrashing about here then, leading the way at the minute, but just looking to get a slightly better lap maybe. Leading the way in the GR3s. It's currently Tyre Slayer still out on track as well in the GR3s. Second in that category. Third for Dazzler. Fourth for Campo. 30.8 he's got on the clock. Nick Vick in the pits in fifth. Sixth for Captain Bugwash in the GR3s. And currently seventh for Ricky J. DILLIGAF. Should all know what that means. So Mocking on pole then in the GR1s. Are these boys still ragging round? Ice Chand crosses the line then. Tyre Slayer has finished, so it is going to be Chand on pole. Yes, it is. There was a driver just coming across the line pretty damn quick. It was Captain Bugwash, but no positions changing then. On top spot, currently leading the championship in teams and in the individual. In the GR1s, obviously. Can't drive two cars at once. So unfortunately we have to run the clock out because we've got boys sitting in the pits, so just have to cruise around until that timer ticks down, which I don't know where it is actually. It depends what the host's got the lobby timer set to. Some liveries before this race starts. This is where we get kick straight out. Look, I knew it. I bloody knew it. Okay, there are official results then. Top 5 obviously being those GR1s, a lot quicker. 1:24, 5 seconds pretty much. In fact, 1:29, 11 seconds quicker. So Mockin leading then with that 1:18.4. Obi second, Manny third, Pilgrim fourth, and Dylan in fifth. That's the GR1s. And then the GR3s. Ice Chand's going to lead that category. Tyre Slayer second, Dazzler third, Campo fourth, Nick Vick fifth, Captain Bugwash sixth, and Ricky J, the only driver in the Supra GT 500, sitting out the back. Okay, race is going to start at 21:18, so it is a 50-minute enduro. They do have to use a set of medium tyres at some point tonight, unless it tips it down with rain, and then all tyre combinations and rules and regs go out the window. Andy C, evening. Tyre Slayer for class win. Oof. There you go. We'll see. Let's see. But I've got 3 minutes of me waffling yet before that kicks off. So yeah, if it does decide to rain, then again, they have to. Majority of drivers will be on the sort of the soft tyres, but they do have to stick a set of medium tyres on throughout at some point. I think they've got to do a minimum of 3 laps on those, I believe. But if it rains, then all those rules and regs go out the window, because obviously, you know, if it's raining, you can't use a set of medium. You could try to use a set of mediums, but I can guarantee turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, turn 5, turn 6, turn 7, all of them will be terrifying. Because slick tyres in the rain don't work at all. Still got 2 minutes of waffling to go. So only 2 more weeks, 2 more weeks. There's tonight and next week of this. We've also got the final round of the Corollas coming up on Thursday night as well. And then we jump into the new leagues near the end of March. Alpha 155 League and a Super GT 500. So you'll see the Supras and stuff out on track again for that. I forget which is which. I don't know whether the Alpha's on Thursdays and the GT 500s is on Sundays, or whether that's the other way around. But it will be Sundays and Thursdays, as per always with the P1 boys. Who's lobby host Pilgrim? Is he going to be on time? He's been good. He's been good recently. I think he's not wanted me to be calling him out every week for being late, I think. So literally, I think he put some stuff up at, oh, it's 21:18. There we go. He's already put something up. He'll be pressing buttons soon, and we'll crack off with round 7 of P1's Multiclass League. Live then for 15 minutes here at Red Bull Ring. Again, weather looking all right at the minute, but you never can tell. A 50-minute race is a fair amount of time. The weather can do all sorts of things in that time. Okay. Yeah, look, there's a bit of fog on the track. It could start, it could be moist already. I can't see anything on the wet moisture meter gauge. Lights go on then. We wait for round 7 to get underway. It's a good start. Not a great start by Manny. Dylan looking to make the move on him already. Coming into turn 1. Mocking though. Holds that lead through there. Obi into second. Dylan third. Great move by him. Manny a little bit slow off the line. Drops himself to 4th. Pilgrim 5th. The GR1s then start to disappear. They hit turn 2. Ice Chan maintains the lead for the GR3s. Dazzler second. Tyre Slayer third. Ricky J in 4th. Pressing the GT 500 through there. Big Vic in 5th. Captain Pugwash 6th, and Campo currently 7th in the GR3s. Again, tricky turn this one. Just Still not seeing anything in terms of moisture on the track. It is just there. That's where it is. That gauge there. That's it. Again, it is looking a bit grim here. Board with race leader Mocking Weeks then coming to end lap 1. Obi-Wan 0.6 of a second behind him, so still within tow range. A few straights to have a go at him here, not close enough to have a go into turn 1. Dylan's trying to close that gap as well. Mocking maintains that 0.6 of a second gap. Starting to drop very slowly, but I think Obi's now a little bit more concerned with Dylan filling his rear view mirrors. Working out for Mocking Weeks at the minute. He's started on the medium tyre actually. He's going to get rid of those early. He is pulling gaps from Obi. What tyre is Obi on? Let's flick back. He's on the mediums as well. Dylan's gone for the medium, as has Pilgrim, as has Manny. So all of the GR1's gone for the medium early on. Softs on for Ice Chan. Mediums on for Dazzler. Mediums on for Tyre Slayer, Ricky J on the mediums, Captain Pugwash on the mediums, Campo on the mediums, and Nick Vick on the mediums. So it is just Ice Chan then, currently out on a set of soft tyres, everybody else out on a set of mediums. Now, has he had a weather update that everybody else hasn't? Does he know that the weather's coming in at a certain time, so he can press on his softs while the weather is dry, rather than opting to try and lose those mediums early on, and then if the weather comes down and the tyre rules go out the window, well, he can stick some wet weather tyres on for the wet, and when the wet weather is over, if it finishes before the end of the race, he can go straight back to a set of softs, and he hasn't had to have the mediums on at all. But we'll see. He is pulling a great big gap between himself and the rest of the field in the GR3s, currently 3.7 seconds at the minute. Ricky J's found himself with half a second penalty. Nick Vick's had a mistake somewhere, just getting himself back up to speed. Weeks now has pulled a little bit of a gap. He's broken the toe for the two drivers behind. 1.3 seconds near as damn it is the lead at the minute for Mocking. Obi goes wide through that penultimate corner again, and again having to tiptoe through there. Finds himself, I think he picked up half a second penalty just for going wide in that penultimate corner. Oh, it's caught him out as well through there. And then getting off track a little bit more has cost him another half a second penalty. Lucky to get away without a third one there. But that mistake has cost him a position. Pilgrim's closed right up in his tail, and Dylan has managed to get through as well. Mocking Weeks, while that little fight's been going on, has just stretched his legs a little bit. 1.5 seconds of the gap. Nothing's out of the woods though with Dylan in the car. Make short work of that gap for sure, unless he makes a mistake. So Obi's got this penalty to lose. Pilgrim will probably get past him with that gap. Manny a little bit too far back at the minute to make that position swap himself. Ice Chan still miles ahead of the competition at the minute. The brightening up there on track though. So he's either played a blinder, Ice Chan, or it's not going to work out in his favour. We'll see what happens. He might blow a set of softs out quite early. Might come in for a pit just as the weather changes and have to pit again. We'll see. Tyre Slayer though into second in the GR3s. Dazzler third. Those positions have swapped, so Tyre Slayer's managed to get past Dazzler. Ricky J in that fourth position. Chased pretty closely by Pugwash and Campo. And Nick Vick unfortunately loses a little bit more time, 12.2 seconds down the road. Where's Skippy, I thought? the lobby. Damn it. Fed up being punted maybe. Look at that, the gap, that 1.5 second gap I was saying, Dylan is going to make short work of that. He's all over the rear end of Mocking Weeks. Chopped out the wings of these things, the wheels coming through when the suspension's operating. Oof, Dylan finds himself with half a second penalty. He's lucky he's going to get away with that until the next lap. So everybody but Ice Chan on those medium tyres for this first stint. Again, the weather looks absolutely brilliant here at the minute. Lovely blue skies. Oof, a little swap on there for Dylan. He's managed to catch it though. Still got that half a second penalty to lose. He's already half a second behind Mocking Weeks here. So just in the background, Pilgrim getting into third. Then Obi losing that penalty. Pilgrim making that position. And he closes up on Obi, but not enough to go for a position. Just outside of that slipstream range as well. Ice Chan, what are we looking like? Yeah, not too bad in terms of tyre wear. Still 4.2 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. It's not enough to chuck yourself in for a pit stop and get away without being overtaken. And again, if the weather comes down, depending when it comes down, he might have just swapped onto a set of mediums or stuck another set of tyres on. He might have to take an extra pit stop depending on when these tyres blow out and if any weather comes on. Tyre Slayer then 4.2 seconds behind him, not able to close the gap up on his mediums just yet. Dazzler also on those mediums, but that gap opening up between himself and Tyre Slayer, 3.1 seconds. We've got Ricky J another 6.3 seconds back. Still being harassed by Captain Pugwash and Campo. Pretty close. I just don't think anybody's quite got the power over anybody else. I don't think anyone's brave enough to send it into some of these corners, not with a medium tyre on anyway. So on board with Campo, we just see that gap open up a little bit between himself and Captain Pugwash. Just about out of slipstream range at the minute. It makes up a little bit of time through there. Captain Pugwash having a go at Ricky J here while the GR1s come past. They've got to find a way to pass cleanly as well. Oh, that's just compromised Captain Pugwash a tiny little bit. He's moved over a little bit to make room for the GR1s to come past. And that's affected his attack on Ricky J in front. I think he would have had him into turn one there. I'd have kept the position. I wouldn't have let Mocking through there, to be perfectly honest. I'd have held the whole damn field up myself. But that's me. GR1s then coming past, making short work of the GR3s. Anything just getting overtaken there by Obi. Mocking Weeks then keeping that lead at the minute, 0.6 of a second still over Dylan. Still more of these GR3s to get past though, could compromise their laps. Mocking slots one up the inside of Dazzler there. Dylan should be able to get past him before his penultimate corner and does so. Keeps himself in touch with Mocking Weeks then. Half a second as they rejoin this start-finish straight. Does it close up? Oof. So there you go, Mocking compromise then. Tyre Slayer, GR3. Just coming into the apex of the turn when Mockin was just coming into the turning point when Mockin was right behind him, almost went for the move. You saw how quickly Dylan closed up on him due to that braking. Look how close he is here. Mockin already over to the right hand side of the circuit, block off any slot up the inside into this next turn. Around the outside though. Let me change that up. Where is he? Oh, he's passed. Mockin has relinquished that position to Dylan. Not able to carry the speed around that turn. Dylan just carrying it around the outside and Mockin there. Can Mockin stay with him though? That's the question. So Dylan leads half a second now in front of Mockin. That position just changed. Out on his own a little bit, 4.4 seconds behind Mockin, 3.3 seconds ahead of Manny. Still these GR3s to work their way past as well. Obi in 5th, a long way down though, unfortunately, 11 seconds. Nice Chandler leading that GR3 class. 4.2 seconds ahead of Tyre Slayer still. Those soft tyres looking a little bit worse for wear now though. Pretty sunny out here. Tyre Slayer second in the GR3s, then third for Dazzler, fourth for Captain Pugwash. He has finally got past Ricky J. Now Ricky J's got a mirror full of Campo. Having a little look, Campo. Drives out of there cleanly. Nick Vick, unfortunately, he's pretty much been rolling around on his own since his mistake. 9 seconds back after that mistake, and unfortunately he's lost a little bit more time over the next few laps, so he's another 3 seconds behind, so 12 seconds back in total. It'll be a lonely race for him until the pit window's open. Not looking too bad on the mediums, to be perfectly honest. The GR1s are hybrid as well. They do have electric power to play with, and that will regenerate itself under braking and coasting and that sort of thing. That's just next to the tyre wear gauge in the middle of the fuel gauge. A little bar looks like a battery. You'll see that going green and then emptying. Nearly losing the tail end of that, coming out of that corner. The GR1's pretty spread apart except Dylan and Mockin. Okay, Ice Champ is in the pits. So he's got to pray now that it doesn't start raining next few laps, but that pit stop has put him to the back of the pack. He's found himself with a half a second penalty as well. 2 minutes 19 behind race leader. I'm just going to flick through to, who is it now? Tyre Slayer, 149, 150. So it's 40 seconds back. I didn't see how long a pit stop was here. Opens that gap though, stretched to 1.7 seconds just on that lap alone, making up a whole 1.2 seconds on Mockin. Maybe just getting caught out a little bit with the increasing tyre wear on these mediums. Pilgrim having a bit of a lonely race at the minute. Manny's made up a few tenths on him, but still not in a position to go for any kind of move. Obi has had a very lonely race in his GR1. Tyre Slayer then, 6th. He's currently having a lonely race. He's Leading the GR3 category, and there's 17 seconds between himself and Captain Pugwash, but it's only been Ice Chan that's pit so far out of the GR3s. Out of everybody, in fact, everybody's still out on track. There's only Ice Chan that's been in the pits. Dazzler's made a mistake. Dazzler's made a mistake. He's thrown himself all the way down the field. Down in 8th, just getting past Ricky J then. Spun himself off circuit. Didn't see him with the penalty, so he must have had a little bit of sideways action or backwards action into some of these turns. Now he's going to make it all work again. Vic then not the last man on track now, with Ice Chan just coming in the pits. GR1s come up behind them again. So Dylan made a break for it now, full 3 seconds ahead of Mockin Weeks. Mockin just got nothing for him. Tyre wear looking very similar between the two of them, maybe slightly better management of the hybrid system. Maybe. Seemed to be Mockin for the first few races of the season. Had that fully under control, but it seems like Dylan might have found his way with it now. Still, nobody pits. Just Ice Chan, who started on the softs. Slayer currently leading the GR3s. Dazzler and Ricky J still pretty close together. Again, these have all got to stop and stick a new set of tyres on. Campo's in the pits now, he just leaves, so he comes out with another set of mediums actually. He's not opted for the soft tyre. Most drivers will probably go soft medium. We'll see though, the mediums might grip up better here, I don't know. And then finding those lines. Be careful, running it wide through that one will pick you up a penalty. Looks like he might have got away with that. Looks like he might have dipped a tyre on the grass there as well, just having a little weave coming up that start-finish straight. Get those tyres clean before he hits turn 1. Pilgrim in the middle of the GR3s at the minute. Manny following him through there as well. Hope he falls a little bit further back then, 13.3 seconds down in his Sith Happens liveried GR1. Slayer leads. It was Ice Chan until he came in the pits. He was on the soft tyre as well, Ice Chan, so pulled a bit of a gap from everybody else. Still having a punch up here though, Captain Pugwash and Dazzler. Pugwash and Dazzler cut across the nose, do they, or has he managed to get past? Where's he gone? Oh, he got through Mockin Weeks. I thought Captain Pugwash had chopped the nose off of Mockin Weeks there. Or with Captain Pugwash being chased down by Dazzler. So Dazzler making a mistake a couple of laps ago, which cost him a fair amount of time. He's going for the move though on Captain Pugwash. No, he's not. Going for that into turn 1, he was carrying the speed up behind him. Maybe going to have a go down here, slightly longer straight, but falls a little bit too far behind coming out of turn 1. Will he have a go down towards turn 3? Looks like Captain Pugwash has got the pull on him out of the corners. Pilgrim coming past in the GR1. It's the the difference. That's the speed. Dazzler does outbrake Captain Pugwash, gets a wing up the inside. He's thinking about going up the inside into this little complex here, but gotta be careful. Captain Pugwash keeps his car exactly where it needs to. Dazzler's got to try again. Chand just finding his way past Nick Vick then. Campo out on his fresh set of mediums, but he finds himself with half a second penalty now. Mocking Weeks just gets himself into the lead of the race. A mistake by Dylan. Oh, just a little. From 119 to 120s. Dylan's previous lap was a 128 and a half a second penalty. That is an absolute kick in the groin, that is. Mocking Weeks comes through to regain the lead of the GR1s then. And the fight continues. Through turn 3. Oh, Dylan pushing it on the exits of these turns, maybe being caught out by the tyre wear. He's having to drive around the outside of people here. To compromise and drop off the back of Mocking Weeks, although that time opening up, penalty zone coming up now, and the gap stretches to, what's it going to be by the time they finish yo-yo in about 1.5 seconds. So 23 minutes in, nearest damn it. We've only had 2 drivers in the pits. That has been Ice Chand and Campo. Everybody else has stopped out on their medium tyres. So are they going to run to fuel? They've got about a quarter of a tank left, but tyres will cost them. Oh, Dylan's just lost a penalty, finds himself with another one. He really does. Even though he's got the cheat codes to this game, he's got the actual source code to it. Sure of it. He hasn't quite managed to figure out the penalty system, I don't think. Pilgrim still having a bit of a lonely race, 4.5 seconds either side for him. Manny again having a lonely one, although Obi-Wan has taken 3 seconds out of him. Nearly lights the rear end up on that thing. Still, Tyre Slayer leads the GR3s. Almost out of fuel then. He might pit this lap, to be perfectly honest with you. It's flashing, which tells him he's not got much left at all. I think it flashes when it tells you you've got about a lap left. So he tucks it onto the right hand side. He does. He stays on the inside. He comes in the pits now then. Dazzler still got a little bit of fuel left on board. He might do another lap, as has Ricky J. He might do a lap or 2 as well. Ice Chand has been in, got rid of his softs, got a set of mediums on, plenty of fuel on for him. We might see Nick Vick in the end of this lap, and Campo's already been in. Captain Pugwash just coming out of the pits then. What was that? Oh no. Oh yeah. Oh. Why is that red? 146 on his pit lap, 210 on the out lap. So these boys not opting to stay out for a lap or 2. There's only Dazzler that, Tyre Slayer that needed to stop for fuel. Now, where's he gone? Where's he gone? Oh, there he is. There he is. Ice Chand. He's through to 7th. There's only Ricky J in the GR3s ahead of him, and he's yet to stop. Okay, race leaders in. Mocking Weeks, Pilgrim and Dylan all in the pits now. Now then. Who's going to outfuel who? Who's going to get the quickest time out of here? Who's going to short fuel and then have to short shift? anyone, I would say Dylan. Who gets let go first? Come on. It's Mocking Weeks who gets released. Chasing him. Pilgrim still taking on board fuel, but he has still got half a second penalty to lose as well. So positions all change then with that. Manny now leads the GR1s, but he's yet to stop. So what gap has he got? 8.5 seconds ahead of everybody else. Obi also not stopped either. He's still got a quarter of a tank on board, so Jedi power's working well for him. Still 8 seconds behind Manny. Mocking Weeks now 21 seconds behind him. That pit stop properly working out in his favour, although he did take on board less fuel than Dylan, so he's exactly three quarters of a tank. Dylan taking just over that 3/4 of a tank. Are they going to try and make that last till the end of the race? We'll see. Pilgrim out the pits then. Half a second penalty he's got to lose. 8.8 seconds behind Dylan. Again, Ricky J not stopped. Bit deep there. There's Ice Chan pretty much right behind him. So this will put Ice Chan back into the lead of the race. I'd actually be tempted with the gap he's got. Oh no, it won't. Ricky J is stopping out again. It's Chand closing up on him though, 2.3 seconds. That gap coming down. I was just about to say with the gap that Ice Chand's got over Tyre Slayer. I know Tyre Slayer's just come in the pits. I would be tempted to come in, fuel up, fresh tyres, try and push to the end of the race. That's me. What do I know about strategies? Big Vic then, after his stop. Unfortunately, at the back of the pack again. So Manny leads from Obi-Wan. Not stopped yet. Again, he might be in at the end of this lap as my Obi-Wan. Well, Obi's still got plenty of fuel on. He might do another lap here. I think Manny's going to have to come in. Still half a lap to do before we see whether he does. Again, he'll be out of fuel by the time that happens. Can't do another lap on that. He can't. Obi can. It's not even flashing red for him. Ricky J in the pits this lap then. That does promote Ice Chan to the lead of the GR3s. Now then. Oh, Manny. Okay. It's red. He's not bothered. He thinks he can get another lap in. Obi's definitely getting another lap in. Will he make it round? Will it be absolute fumes when he rolls in that pit lane? It's not going down quite as quick as I thought it would actually. The faster parts of the track almost done. Hold it together, Manny. Hold it together. This is where it's going to go, if anywhere, around this tricky infield section. Through there cleanly then. And he is going to make this. One more corner to go and then he's in the pits. where it puts him on the when he comes out. I don't know. Hard on the brakes, then peels it over to the right. What are you going to do, Obi? Just showing up red on his fuel gauge now. He's going to opt for another lap here then. That 3-second lead that Mockin had has diminished down to half a second. Dylan really pressing. Pilgrim unfortunately well out of that fight now, 12.8 seconds down. On Mikey Pasties getting fresh tyres, fresh fuel. Obi continues on. Not a lot of life left in those mediums though. He's got to be careful they don't catch him out. Seems to have been order of the day in the worn out tyres, just catching some of these drivers out, sending them a little bit backwards. We'll have to pit. That will allow these two to come past. Whether it's in this order, I don't know. Dylan goes for the move on Mockin round the outside into turn 2. Going for the cutback on the exit. Chasing down towards turn 3 here then. Mockin just having to go slightly defensive into some of these corners. Slowing them down a little bit, but tricky to overtake on this infield part of the track. Just got to keep his car put in, just got to put it in all the right places. Again, Mockin Weeks slots one up the inside. Dylan get through. Oh, he's having to work his way around the outside again. So little things like that, Mockin Weeks just finding the gaps up the inside of drivers before they hit those turns. Must be gaining him a 10th or 2. Unfortunately, if he gets tangled up the other way and he's compromised and Dylan's not, that gap comes down very, very quickly. Still half a second here. Obi still out on track. Nice Chan now right up his rear end, but different categories. Yeah, so will it be Dylan or will it be Mockin leading the way when Obi comes in? Back and Mockin all the way over to the right hand side of the track, doesn't want to give that inside line up. Dylan goes for a run around the outside here. Does it work? This is where he got him last time. Yeah, as Mockin Weeks just has to back off through there. Dylan is able to get the power down, gets his nose past Mockin. Back into second place then currently. Now can he pull away from Mockin like he did the first stint? We'll see. Pilgrim all on his own at the minute. There is Obi in the pits now. Yeah, Pilgrim all on his own at the minute. 13 seconds behind Mockin Weeks. 7.5 seconds ahead of Manny. So nice Chand now. Medium's looking a little bit worse for wear. Only a quarter of a tank of fuel on board as well. So looking like he's going to stop later on. Boys going to run to the end. Have they got? Yeah, I think they have. 15 minutes left of fuel, possibly. Whether their mediums last that long. No, not too bad at the minute. Campo's got a fair amount of wear on his. Captain Pugwash's look alright. Ricky J's only been in a few laps ago, so his have got plenty of life left in. As have Nick Vicks. So Dylan continues to lead. Mockin Weeks hasn't been able to put the pressure on to take that position back. There's Dylan up the inside of a driver as Mockin Weeks then gets slightly compromised, but nice Chand leaves the door wide open. Doesn't want to get too involved in the battle with the GR1s. Don't want to be blamed for causing an upset in the series. Mockin keeping Dylan in his sights. That gap come back down to 0.4 of a second. But they're still looking pretty good here as well, so maybe it's not going to rain in these last 15 minutes. Could do. 0.6 of a second the gap then. Still within tow range, but not close enough to go for a move. A little bit deep there into turn 2 as well for Mockin. And that just allows Dylan to open the gap up again, 0.7 of a second. Dylan lights the rears up, sends that into the wall. Oh, he's got front end damage. He is 3.4 seconds behind Mockin Weeks then. That damage will repair itself, but what a disaster. Just lighting up the rears, getting the power down a little bit too early coming out of that corner. And the back end started to go and there was absolutely nothing he could do about it. Around he went, just dinked him into the wall, luckily not too hard, so he was able to get it straight pretty quick. That damage now repaired as well, and he's got to absolutely thrash the life out of this then. Mockin Weeks, he's just got to keep it consistent, keep himself out of danger. Might be able to hold on to it here then, but Dylan's really going to press now that he's made that mistake. There we go, as I was saying, Ice Chan pitting. Now what's he going to go for? Last 15 minutes or so. Set of soft tyres. I think it is. I think they're going to be what is it? Oh, don't know. Could be mediums again. Went for softs in stint 1, mediums for his second stint. It still says mediums there, but we'll see if that flicks over when he leaves the pits. Well, that's plenty of fuel. And it is still the mediums. Campo in the pits this lap as well. He's opting for a new set of tyres and a little bit of fuel as well. Everybody else should be okay. So, Ice Chan then leaving the pit. Sorry, I'm just going to flick through. Comes out of the pits in 8th, right behind Dazzler in 7th. Fresh set of mediums on. Sorry, let me flick the right way. Dazzler on a slightly worn set of mediums, slightly less fuel on board, so might be slightly quicker, slightly lighter. Ice Chan having a little look at him down into turn 3 there. Piling on the pressure as we come to this infield section. Side by side through there. It's a great bit of move by Ice Chan. Can he get the power down on the way out? Yes, he can. Looks like Dazzler's just going to have to give that one up. Tiny little bit of extra grip for Ice Chan. He's not completely out of the woods yet. Dazzler's coming back at him into this penultimate corner, but slipstream as well of Ice Chan, so the tyres might not play their part quite so much. Still just quarter of a second between them as they head up towards turn 1. Dazzler backs out those. No, he knows he's not going to go for the move up the inside. Closes right up on Ice Chan though on the exit. Has to stick a little dab of brake on, I think, so as not to hit the back of Ice Chan. Any sort of opportunity to have a go at him into turn 2 here. Oh, but Ice Chan gone deep through there, giving Dazzler that position straight back. And the chase is on again then. Oh, he's looking for the move. He's fighting hard. Goes for the switch back up the inside. Nothing Dazzler could do about that really. He just turned in and Ice Chan couldn't actually get that car pointing in the right direction. Tiny bit of contact, but the position swap back then. Dazzler back into 7th, Ice Chan in 8th. Ricky J back under pressure from Captain Pugwash in 9th. What's the tyre wear looking like? A little bit worse on Captain Pugwash's than Ricky J's. Ricky did stop late. Nick Vick 18.6 seconds behind that fight, and Campo another 3.3 seconds behind him. And I've just missed Dylan take that position off of Mockin Weeks again. So yeah, that 3 second gap he had Gone. Dylan's got the cheat codes. So 9 minutes left of round 7 then. Can Dylan not light his tyres up and send this car into the wall? Weeks keeping it right behind him. Tyre wear and fuel very similar. Slightly less fuel on board for Mockin. Should be able to make it. I think he'll easily make those last few minutes. It just depends whether Dylan's extra fuel costs him any time. It doesn't look like it's going to. He's opening that gap up between himself and Mockin again. Pilgrim falls another second further back then, 14 seconds down in third. Manny another 7 seconds behind in fourth. Obi right up his rear end though in fifth. These two are going to have a battle to the line. What are they looking like? Fuel and tyre very similar. Obi's tyres looking slightly more worn than Manny's. Oh, he's on the softs as well, so they will be quicker, but they will... Manny's just done what Dylan's done though. Manny's just done what Dylan's done. Just tried to get the power down a little bit too early out of turn 3. Back end stepped out, and again when these things step out they just go. There's nothing you can do, and round he went into the wall exactly the same as Dylan, exactly the same damage as Dylan, and hands that position to Obi. I was just going to say Obi's although those tyres are quicker, they do wear out a lot faster, and they go from quick to slow pretty damn fast. I thought that was going to turn out to be a good race to the end there, but Manny decided to cut that one short for us. Shortened his car a little bit in the process as well. GR1s easily getting past the GR3s there. Tyre Slayer. A little bit lonely for him at the minute. Ice Chand. 13.9 seconds back. He has pulled a little bit of time from Dazzler, who was behind him. Not out of the woods yet though, only 1.2 seconds ahead of him. He's got his work cut out if he wants to take the win tonight. What have we got? 6.5 minutes left. 13.5 seconds the deficit between himself and the leader of the GR3s. Whereabouts on track is he? Just coming up across the line then. Tyres looking like fresh-ish set of mediums on for Ice Chand. Quite a warm set on for Tyre Slayer. Let's just keep an eye on that time. 12.8 seconds. It is coming down. Pilgrim then nearly getting a swap on around through there. GR1's a bit of a handful coming out of the corners. I'm not sure whether it's fully down to the power of these things or whether they are using that electric hybrid system, and that's what's causing them to light their rears up coming out of these turns. Pilgrim through then. That time still coming down between Ice Chand and Tyre Slayer. Maybe not as quick as he'd like. Takes another half a second out of it. Out on his own at the minute, Tyre Slayer. Nobody in front of him, I don't think, on track. Not that he can see. He's just got to put in those qualifying laps. Not battling with anyone. He's not trying to catch up with anyone. That time is still coming down then. Ice Chand brings it to 11.6 seconds. Out of time. We've got less than 5 minutes on the clock. Might be a mistake or nothing then from Tyre Slayer to give Ice Chand that position. We'll see. Your prediction could be right, Andy C. We'll see. Dylan then still leading that GR1 category. Oh, he's trying to throw that thing into the wall again. But he has pulled a bit of a gap over Mockin Weeks. 1.4 seconds that gap. Again, almost identical in terms of fuel and tyre. A little bit more fuel on board for Dylan. Mocking Weeks has got it about right. We've got 4 minutes left on the clock. Pilgrim finds himself with a half a second penalty. He's got to be careful here. He's got Obi trying to get past the GR3s. He's only 1.5 seconds behind him. Pilgrim's got this penalty to lose right about now. Obi's going to be all over his rear end by the time they hit turn 1. He might have even got past him. Not even turn 1. There you go. Obi through to third though. But on a beat up set of softs. Are they going to work out for him? Pilgrim looking to come back at him. Side by side at the start finish line then. Pilgrim has the advantage into turn 1. So yes, I think although Obi's tyres are officially quicker, they are a lot more worn out than Pilgrim's mediums. Race is on here between these two. Manny, unfortunately, after his spin into the wall, he's going to end this on a lonely note. 8.3 seconds behind everybody else. There is Tyre Slayer leading that GR3 category. Nice Chan still bringing that time down though at 10.4 seconds. Just have to be second tonight in that category, my friend. Dazzler in 8th, third in the GR3s, a little bit further back off of Ice Chan now again tyre wear. Oh dear. Maybe conserving his fuel a little bit, Dazzler. It's already flashing, he's still got 2.5 minutes left of racing. Ricky J in 9th, 26 seconds behind Dazzler. Captain Pugawash now no longer filling his mirrors, 5.4 seconds behind him. Nick Vick another 14.1 seconds back. Campo right up his rear though, coming up to the end of this race. Can he get a position back before the end? Only 0.8 of a second, he'll be getting a tow. Gonna see another lap after this anyway. There is Dylan just that corner, tries to catch him out. Made easy work of it this time. 1.92 seconds then at the minute is the lead between Dylan and Mockin. Again, I think for both of the categories it's going to take a mistake from the leader for any positions to be changing. Don't get me wrong, we've seen Dylan do it a couple of times. Not off the cards really. 48, so this will probably be final lap. Just going to be a couple of corners away when that timer ticks over. The gap opens up a little bit more than 2.5 seconds between Dylan and Mockin. This fight closing up a little bit again. Just a second between them. They will get to have a battle for this final lap. I might quickly flick through the field and come back to that. Tyre Slayer then. Oof, that time coming down rapidly between himself and Ice Chan. 7.1 seconds the gap, but we are into the last minute of racing. He's not going to make up 7 seconds unless Tyre Slayer decides to teleport himself to a different dimension. Having a look at Nick Vick then at the end of this race. This is going to be final lap for these two. Nick Vick. Campo is going to have a go at him into this infield section, but Pilgrim's looking for a way past as well. Nick Vick gets the apex. Campo can't find a way past yet. Oh, he goes for a little look up the inside through there, but Nick Vick, oh, is there contact? There might have been a little bit of... Oh no, Nick Vick. Oh, Nick. That's it. Okay. So we missed the finish. It was Dylan that took the win. Mockin second. Pilgrim comes home in third. Manny takes fourth. What happened, Obi? What happened? He spun it out at turn 3 or something, I'm sure of it. But Manny takes fourth then. Obi takes fifth. Tyre Slayer is going to take 6th here. A couple of corners to go, so it's not all written in the stars yet, is it? As we've just seen Obi lose 2 positions and end up 5th from 3rd. Last corner to go though. Plenty of brakes on through there. Doesn't need to worry about the drivers close behind him because there isn't any. So Tyre Slayer takes the win in the GR3s. Nice chant, there he is, just round that final corner. 5 seconds behind him in the end. 7th then, 8th then for Dazzler. 9th for Ricky J. Captain Bugwash in 10th. Campo 11th? Yes. And Nick Vick. Nick Vick on the final lap again. Again, not sure if there was a tiny bit of contact between yourself and Campo just through that corner there. Campo had gone for the inside line. I saw you cut across his nose, but whether there was a little bit of wing to rear quarter contact, I don't know. But you just seem to end up wide, and next thing you know, spinning around on the gravel. And I assume all the while whilst having a pilgrim in the thick of it. All right, okay. No messing tonight then, straight out of that lobby. So that is it, round 7 done and dusted. Again, tricky course Red Bull Ring. Lucky not to get the weather to come down, to be perfectly honest, because if it had rained there, I think we would have had all sorts of incidents and accidents into the gravel traps, especially at turn 3. But that is it. That's the multi-class round 7 done and dusted for the week. We've got one more round of this, and we've got one more round of the Toyota Corollas as well. So the Toyota Corollas is on Thursday night at 9 o'clock. The final round of this is Sunday night, same time, same place next week at 9 o'clock here on my channel. We've got a couple of weeks break after that, and then we jump into the 2 leagues coming up for the P1 boys as well. They're still going to be Sundays, still going to be Thursdays. We've got an Alpha 155 league and a GT 500. So the Supras you've seen tonight with Ricky J, it's going to be those and others similar. But they're coming up at the end of March. So a couple of weeks break in between these and those. But yes, final rounds next week for both the Corollas and the Multiclass League. So make sure you come and check those out. Still everything to play for by the looks of it. In individual and championship. I think Mocking Weeks might still be taking the championship in the pros. I think he's with his second tonight. That's just taking him a little bit too far away from anybody else's chance. But within the rest of the field, still plenty to play for. Same for the GR3s and same for the teams. They're still pretty close as well. So come and check that out. And I think it's still... I think the lead of the the Corollas might be finished as well. But again, throughout the rest of the field, there's still plenty to play for. 3 10-minute sprints as well. So reverse grids and things like that, and medium tyres, and could catch them out. Could throw things right into a mess. That one, we'll see. But yeah, that's it from me tonight, people. Again, final rounds of these 2 next week, Thursday and Sunday, 9 o'clock. But that's it from me. I hope you've liked what you've watched. If you have, make sure you like, comment and subscribe. But most of all, what I want you to do is tell your mates and tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.